The Detroit Lions have a huge game against the Green Bay Packers on Thursday. So much is at stake. They can go for with a win over the Green Bay Packers. The Detroit Lions would put themselves in the playoffs and put the Packers out. That is the change that would happen. The Chicago Bears, with the loss to the Philadelphia Eagles and a win by the Detroit Lions, will put the Lions in third place in the NFC. So they went from out of the playoffs at the 8th seed to potentially in the playoffs with simply a win over the Green Bay Packers puts the Detroit Lions in the playoffs, and a Chicago Bears loss would put them even higher. So they could be, I think they can be the 7th or maybe the 6th seed if things go right, but I think it's the 7th seed, but they have a chance to be the 3rd seed, but not all of that is up to them. What is up to them is handling their business like they did not do the first time against the Green Bay Packers. The Lions can't lose this game. Like, real talk. What are the Lions? The Lions are like 1-6, 1-7 in their last 8 meetings on Thanksgiving. Joe Burrow took a shot at the Lions today, and I don't even think he was trying to. But he talked about growing up as a kid, which made me feel old, by the way. Growing up as a kid, watching Matthew Stafford and Calvin Johnson. Now, keep in mind, I was a certified adult married when those two guys were drafted. My son was about to be born, and he turned 16 next year. And Joe Burrow says watching them as a kid, which is crazy to me. And he said, they probably would lose, but he wasn't lying. I mean, he wasn't lying. The Lions, as of late, they haven't had the best record on Thanksgiving. I mean, it was so bad that they tried to get us moved off of Thanksgiving. That's how bad the Lions were. But the Lions have to win this game because not only is it a division opponent, it's in front of the whole world. It's at home. It always is at home, and they got to win. And plus, there's a lot on the line. This game is huge. It's huge. And they're going to have to do it with some people being injured. Let's take a look at the practice report. Now, again, everything is expedited. So we'll get the roster moves and all of that stuff on Wednesday. Like, everything is, for the next 2 weeks, is going to be crazy. So here is the practice report. Graham Glasgow, no practice. Kirby Joseph has unofficially been ruled out. Josh Paschal, no practice. So we were probably not, it was full practice on Monday, but then no practice today. So I don't remember when his 21-day window opens, but it is soon. Khalif Raymond. Dan Campbell said something about Khalif Raymond. What was it? Put it in the comment section below. I didn't get to catch that part in the press conference. Maybe I just missed it. Brock Wright, a neck issue. I know exactly how this happened. He got a first down, flipped over, and landed on his head. I remember watching it like, that looked like it hurt, and it could have been way worse than it was. But he also had no practice. So if Brock Wright is out, then that means that we are on to Anthony Fursker. Okay, so Braylon said that Dan said he had a swollen ankle, which means that we probably won't see him depending on how bad it is. So this is the super bad news. Terrion Arnold, concussion, limited practice. Taylor Decker, these are probably like a rest type of situation. Taylor is a veteran. Tate Routledge, knee issue, limited practice. Jacob Sailors, limited practice. Panay Sewell, Isaac Tesla, he went from an oblique injury to a hand injury. Sione Vaki seems like he stays on these lists. Ankle thumb. Brian Branch, full practice. Marcus Davenport, full practice. And Miles Frazier, full practice. So in this list, you had, this is tough. This is tough. A lot of banged up guys, but these guys down here, I mean, Marcus Davenport, Miles Frazier, and Brian Branch, gonna need them out there. So I don't know, guys. I don't know how we feeling. Again, this game is huge. This Packers game is huge. It's huge. I think that it might be, honestly, the second biggest game of the year. Raymond ankle was swollen. Team stay injured. Been a thing since Brad and Dan got here. MCDC said we're just doing mental reps because of the short turnaround this week. So is anyone really practicing? No, it's just it's more of a thing for the league. That's what that is. Josh Wendell opened on November 5th along with Miles Frazier. Really? Really? Okay, I knew because I remember making a video about it. All right. So, if that is the case, ladies and gentlemen, today is the 20th. So, they need to make a decision by Thanksgiving. They need to know because it's either tomorrow or Thursday that we need to know. So, is it possible that we will get both Marcus Davenport and Josh Paschal back? I hope so. I mean, look, like I said in my previous segment, Marcus Davenport, this is our team. So if we can get some depth, then so be it, because it's all or nothing at this point. The trade deadline was the end of all of that, was the end of the Trey Hendrickson and all of that stuff. That ended. So now you're stuck with that team. So if these guys can come help us, then that's fine with me. Let me know your thoughts, man. Does this make you less confident in the Thanksgiving Day game?